guys, it is Michelle, and today I wanted to share with you my favorite incense scents and my holders. I have quite a few holders for different types of incense and stuff like that. Two of them I will say not that I haven't used them before, I have, but now I just like using them for decoration more than anything else. And I'll just get into it as Desi is trying to find herself some trouble, and then I'll show you my favorite scents as far as incense go in some of the different categories, because there's quite a few different types of incense. Des, what are you doing? Okay. Where shall I start first? I guess this one is like one of the older ones that I own. It is this Pewter incense stick holder. I have in here a little cone holder, and this comes with the Trelocas. I'll show you that in a minute, but this just is sitting here for storage. I haven't used this one because I have other ones that I use. So it's a very heavy piece. I bought this when I was in college. I just love that it was pewter. It wasn't cheap. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I think it was close to 30 bucks. But I absolutely loved it. It looks like one of the stones has fallen out. I can replace that. But you can see that there's some little blue stones in the stars. And that's designed. Let's see here that it's this pretty dolphin pattern. And that's Desi Hackalackin'. And you can see the waves, and you put the incense stick here. And it does need a little wipe down because it does get residue on it. The inside too. I need to wipe it down a little bit, but this was one of my first. I did have wooden ones up until that point, but I wanted something that would hold up because some of the wooden ones, they don't after a while. And I've had this guy for a very, very long time, and I love it. And I've always loved the ocean, so this has fit my motif for quite some time. So the others all kind of well, these two are just as old as that. So that one was for sticks. There's not going to be any particular order in the type of incense that these things hold. We're just going to go through it. So the next two are cone incense holders. So the first one of those that I got that wasn't from a Treloca, like this was a free one that came, and I'll show you them in a minute, was this pewter guy. You'll see a lot of mine are made of pewter. It's a little hatching dragon. He's got cute little red eyes. You can see that the resin over time has built up. I definitely need to try to clean that. I do work on them, but pewter's not an easy thing to clean. So you put the cone in here, you put this on top, and it looks like the egg is smoking. He is one of my favorites, but I do need to clean him up a bit. But pewter's one of those things that's hard to clean. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll have to look that up later because he definitely does need a little bath. So I think these all came from the same collection. I've looked online for similar burners like these guys, and I have not seen anything similar. The next one, again, I do think these are all made by the same people, but I've never seen burners like this since. This is a frog prince. At the time, I was super into collecting frog princes. You know, like you gotta kiss a bunch of frogs before you find your prince. You remove the top of him, and the cone goes there. Again, he also needs cleaning because I've used him a lot, as you can see from the buildup. I do wipe them down after each use, but the smoke will come out of his mouth, and it looks like he's blowing a kiss. I love his little crown. He's so cute. Out of the two, I definitely use the dragon more. Hey, Desi, how are you? But yeah, I know they need to be cleaned, guys. I know they have a little bit of residue buildup. I will look that up later because they definitely need a little scrub down, but I know you gotta be careful with cleaning these kinds of things. Hey, Desi. Hey. So, which one next? Come here. Come on. Hey, little baby. Aw. Come on, say hi. Hi? No? Oh, okay. So, there's like no rhyme or reason. I'll show you the one that I use the most right now. This one I keep in my bedroom, and for the longest time I didn't use it for its intended purpose, just because I didn't want to destroy it, because like you saw with the two cone ones, the oils and the resin that burns through them will discolor them over time, and they can be difficult to clean, and how intricate this particular one is, I did not want to experience that. I did have somebody give me a coffin style incense burner. You guys have seen those. They sell them at Walmart. They sell them pretty much everywhere. And over time, it did get a lot of buildup on it, and dust started sticking to it, so I eventually got rid of that one. Hey, Des. So, I bought this a long, long time ago on a trip to New York. It's 2 dragons, and I absolutely love it. Now, when I burn the incense, I keep this part off. Would that fly in my, okay. But, as you can see on the lid, it has holes, so that's where the incense smoke would come out. But I never leave the lid on, I always put it to the side. So I normally burn it in the box, and it has, you can see I've been using it. This is where the stick would go, and there is a small spot over here where you could place a cone. I do not burn cones in this just because I have other places to burn them. But this one is my favorite. It's got a very thick wall. It fits beautifully in there, so you don't have to worry about there being a mess. Obviously, make sure it's not near an open window or something like that, just for safety reasons. But I love this. Plus, when I'm not using it, it's a beautiful display piece as well. It's one of my favorites, and it kind of goes with the whole, because you guys know, as much as I love the ocean, I also really, really love Buddha. He brings me such peace, and it kind of goes with that as well. And I've always collected dragons. You've seen some of mine. So that's the one that I use the most currently. So I'll go through the others here. They're for different sticks and stuff like that. I guess I should show you the ones that I don't use, that I use more ornamental now. So this one, both of these styles were given to me as presents from a wonderful friend at work. So this one actually holds the Backflow incense and sticks. So you would put the sticks here. There's a little place for holes, and this is where you put the Backflow. So I'll show you what a Backflow incense is. It's a cone with a hole through the bottom, and it's exactly what you think it is. You light the incense, you get it to a nice golden amber, you blow it out, and when you place it on here, the smoke will flow down and it looks like a water flow effect. It's become very trending recently, but it looks so cool. Now, I have used this once, but I will warn you, if you do get a Backflow incense burner, the oils, you're going to have to put on top of something. Because the first time I did it on my one countertop, and Barkeeper's Friend, guys, is a lifesaver. Because the oils come down, like you see the resin build up on the top of these things. Well, because it's coming down, it's going all over the burner, and it's going all over your counter or wherever you're burning this thing. So I didn't realize that my first time around. Now I'm aware of it, so I'll place something out so that it's less of a cleanup. However, because I love this burner so much, after I cleaned it up after the first try, because I had to see what it looked like, it's more of a display piece for me now because I just love it so much. And if you're watching, you probably are. Thank you so much. This was a birthday gift, and I absolutely love it. It's in my bedroom on my shelf with some of my other mystical things, and it just brings me such joy. I love this thing so much. So this one is more of a display piece now. Like I said, I did use it once, but I don't want it to get covered in oil because there are areas where it would be hard to clean out, and it's just too beautiful to do that too. I love that thing. So the next one I've had just as long as the pewter pieces I showed you earlier, and it's heavy. I don't know which one came first, to be honest, is this. Now I know it looks massive. So this is made by Windstone Editions. I've had this for a very long time, and I was living with my parents at the time, and my mother hated this thing. She hated this thing. So obviously, I think it's a cat wizard. It could be a cat witch. Whatever you want it to be, it can be. So in the back, there's a candle. I've used it once or twice. That lights up the eyes and the little crystal ball. The red gives it a different effect, but if you put a clear one in there, it changes the color. So where the incense goes is down in here. It is a little incense burner for cones in the cauldron. Again, this is made of stone, so I don't want this particular burner to get grimy like my other ones have. And I keep in here, as funny as it is, I have a little newt, let me put this down. It's a little bead that I bought years and years ago from a shop. It doesn't even exist anymore out in Woodstock. They used to have a awesome bead shop out that way. We're talking like when I was still in college. I don't even know if you can see that. There it is, this little chameleon newt guy right here. And he's made of pewter. I had to think for pewter back then. I still kind of do. But it's like, you know, Eye of Newt. So I keep that in the cauldron just because I think that's where it belongs. So again, this is more of a display piece. Actually, it sits on the same shelf as my Buddha. And I, at the time, and I still do, love mythological pieces that incorporate animals. I've gotten rid of a lot because I just have to downsize. I had like a mouse mermaid and a cow one. I've had like different types of fairy animals and stuff just because I like it when animals are in those kinds of parts. Like, I know it sounds weird. I have a wizard frog. I just think it's whimsical and cute. You know, I just like the unusual, as you guys know. But yeah, so there's that one. It looks like we're about ready to run out of time on this one, guys, and I do have a few more burners to show you, as well as my favorite incense. So please come back for part 2. I thought this would be a fun change of pace because I love, you guys know my love for incense, and I thought this would be a fun video for others who would appreciate it, and maybe you'll find some scents that you'll like as well out of this. So I will see you in the next one, guys.